in 29 consecutive games heading into action on Saturday night. Now, the only streaks longer than 29 games, one of 30 games, one of 39 games, and one of 51 games, all of the above held by Wayne Gretzky. It didn't take that long for Mario Lemieux to extend his consecutive game point-scoring streak. He scored .254 into the first period to give him a point in 30 consecutive games and spot the Penguins a 1-0 lead over the visiting Winnipeg Jets. The Pens led 2-0 before the Winnipeg offense snapped back to life with a couple of goals in a span of 1 minute and 54 seconds. Dale Hawerchuk converting here on the power play for his 10th of the year to tie the score at 2-2 after one period. The score was tied at 3 in the third when Andrew McBain leaves the drop pass for John Cullen, who does the rest. That is his 17th of the season. Rob Brown added an empty net goal to make the final 5-3 Pittsburgh over top of Winnipeg. At the Forum in Montreal, Phil Housley scores his 2nd of the game and 12th of the year to tie the score at 3 between Buffalo and Montreal early in the third period. But it was all Montreal from that point. Peter Svoboda playing his first game since missing 15 games with a groin injury, and he rips the hard shot past Clint Malarchuk to put Montreal on top 4-3. Just under 5 minutes later, Guy Carbonneau moves in, takes the first shot wide, but Montreal adds one more and goes on to win it 6-3. The Sabres have lost 4 straight. The Boston Bruins took advantage of the loss by Buffalo to move to within 1 point of first in the Adams. Cam Neely scored his 28th and 29th of the year, Boston winning 5-3 over Washington. In Toronto, Wayne Gretzky did what he always seems to do, put on a show. The great one mesmerizing the Toronto defense and then beats Alan Bester. It is 2-1, Toronto leading at this point in the first. The Leafs led 4-3 after 2. That was until Gretzky fakes the shot and does it again, setting up Mikko Makela. That is Makela's 6th of the year, and it's 4-4 early in the third. Unfortunately for the Kings, one thing Gretzky couldn't do was stop Daniel Marois. With the Leafs in the power play, Vincent Damphousse will slide it across to Marois, park at the side of the net. He scores his 2nd of the game and 17th of the season. It's 5-4 Toronto. And later in the third, Gilles Thibodeau steals the puck from Kelly Rudy and sets up Marois, who has a wide-open net for his 3rd career hat trick. The Leafs move to 500 by beating L.A. 7-4 the final. Maple Leafs still 8 points behind first place Chicago in the Norris. Adam Creighton led the way with a couple of goals and an assist as Chicago down Philadelphia 8-5 on Saturday. Creighton leads the Hawks with 21 goals this season. In Edmonton, Hartford's Mike Tomlak scored his 3rd of the year at 3:01 of the second period to give the Hartford Whalers a surprising 3-1 lead over the Edmonton Oilers. But that lead didn't last long. The Oilers respond with a couple of goals in 1:15, the second coming here, short-handed from Esa Tikkanen. The goal was Tikkanen's 2nd of the game and 19th of the year. Michael Anderson gives the Whalers a 4-3 lead just 50 seconds into the third period, but Craig Simpson gets that one back, taking the feed from Mark Messier and beating Peter Sidorkovits for his 2nd of the game and 15th of the year. The Oilers and Whalers skating to a 4-4 tie. They settle for a point apiece. The Bruins and the Sabres hooked up Sunday with top spot in the Adams on the line. And after a scoreless first period, Craig Janney lets one go from the slot. It goes off both posts before Cam Neely pokes it in for his 30th of the year, 1-0 Boston. Boston leads 2-0 in the third when Phil Housley comes out from behind the net and backhands one through the screen. That cuts the lead to 2-1. Then late in the game, the Sabres press for the equalizer, but Reggie Lemelin can't be beaten. Lemelin turns back 26 of 27 Buffalo shots to lead Boston to a 2-1 win, moving the Bruins into first place in the Adams. On to Montreal, where things seem to be going the Canadiens' way after a December slump. Witness this goal. Kirk McLean makes the save on Russ Gordon, but he slides into the net with the puck, and it's 4-2 Montreal in the third. But the Canucks make a close game of it. Robert Nordmark's shot from the point beats Brian Hayward to cut the lead to 4-3, but the Canucks can't get any closer. Montreal wins it 5-3 the final. Finally to Edmonton, and Calgary's Al MacInnis ripping a slap shot through a maze of sticks and skates to give the Flames a 2-0 second period lead over Edmonton. The Oilers get that one back in the third. Jari Kurri's blast is tipped past Mike Vernon by Martin Gelinas to make it 2-1 in favor of the Flames. But Calgary gets some insurance. Late in the period, Yuri Hrdina fights off a couple of checkers before sliding it past Bill Ranford. The Flames hand the Oilers their first home loss in 15 games, 3-1 the final. Still up in the Hockey News television edition. Buckle up, it's All-Star Weekend in Pittsburgh.